here we are, new Dash review, and let's talk about it. The day the Earth blew up.
It's all completely gone.
Guys, we come back with Bendy and the engine. As you can 2, 1.
Well, hello everyone to a brand new episode of the Dash Review. Hope you guys are prepared because we are going to be taking and talking about a look at the new released Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up. And first of all, let me say, it definitely was a big surprise to me because I don't think I can tell you the last time I've actually seen a 2D animated film. I love the Looney Tunes, as many people know and love still to this day. From 1930 all the way to 2025, animation has come quite a bit of a way, and it's sad to see that, especially 2D animation, which, by the way, most of this movie is 2D animation, it's incredible to see in 2025 them coming and bringing that back. So, The Day the Earth Blew Up, let's talk about this movie. So, first off, I gotta say, this movie is heavily inspired by the old versions of how, Looney Tunes was shown. I remember personally myself seeing Looney Tunes on Boomerang each morning, followed by a few classics like Tom and Jerry, Dexter's Laboratory, so many different ones, and Yogi Bear. Like, it was one of my favorite cartoons to wake up in the morning to. For those who seen Looney Tunes first off on television, because television was a luxury, it just was amazing seeing Daffy Duck and Porky Pig take on a new task to basically save the world, in a very coincidental way. If you guys are interested to see this movie, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the things that are awesome about this movie and that you just need to look out for. I'm going to say that. I don't want to say bad because actually there wasn't nothing too bad about this movie. It's a Looney Tunes movie. I can't even really say I'm going to give this a rating because all I'm going to tell you is what to expect. Obviously, spoiler-free, as we love to do here on the Dash Review, so you do not have to worry. But with this movie, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig take on a pretty interesting role as they were fostered by, I think his name was Farmer Tom or Farmer Jack. I don't remember. Farmer Jack. But anyway, they're tasked with basically just being there right beside each other and taking on the world, as not too many folks around the area really care for these two. I mean, they exist, but, hey, as long as they got each other, nothing can go wrong. Sort of one of those friendship bond movies. And eventually that comes into a new threat that kind of threatens the world, as the title kind of implies. As you may expect, this movie did not hold back when it came to anything that was just, out of left field or stuff. It brought all the right elements just close together, and it emphasized on just the idea of, what Looney Tunes is, and just how these characters came through different challenges along the way. With this movie, I was really happy to see that We had some cameos of certain different things, so do look out for those when you do go to see this. It was nice to see, and it definitely had some today-styled humor as well, which it kind of works. I don't know if you guys do remember, or if you have seen, but you guys know the Animaniacs. So they ended up doing a remake for the newer sort of era, I should say, of, today's society and the jokes and all that. They kind of did the same thing, but going back to that, this movie did it better than they did. And it wasn't awful by any means. I actually really enjoyed it. I think the last season was kind of weak, but besides that, it was nice seeing that Steven Spielberg in the Animaniacs actually try to combine the old humor with the new. And it pretty much did work, and this is what this movie does. But it does it in more of a heartfelt way, something that isn't like, ha ha, and stuff like that, but more of like, okay, yeah, that's corny, but ha ha! Like, it's actually really nice to see. I just loved every aspect of just the animation style, of the visuals, and the characters that we meet along the way. I gotta say, I think the new threat is very interesting of a character. I don't remember his name. Actually, let me look that up. Actually, I just kind of looked it up there for a quick second. The character doesn't really have the name besides the Invader, which is pretty much the threat of this movie, per se. Like I said before, two very well-known characters, Porky Pig and Daffy Duck, are in it to try to make a name for themselves in the world, with obviously, never losing each other, sticking by each other's side, and obviously taking care of the place they call home. It has some actually nice, nice just good old cultured sort of statements in this movie, which I also really liked. It never actually stepped away from anything besides, it being kind of wholesome, but also, that zany, that funny, that very Looney sort of perspective. I definitely wanted to say that, as a Looney Tune fan myself, it was nice to see, and I've never actually, besides, if you want to consider Space Jam: A New Legacy, I never got to see the first Space Jam movie in theaters, which, hey, maybe I'll get a chance to see it at like a throwback or flashback cinema, but that would actually be really cool to see. But this movie, I had to say, was one of the best experiences just because it followed the same criteria as you would expect, or at least hope to expect, because I kind of went into this movie with very limited expectations. Again, as said before, this is only like a cartoon. It's Looney Tunes. It's supposed to go out of left field and all that, but I was kind of expecting more of like some like okay sort of meteor jokes and stuff, but no, it really went the extra mile. And I know that a lot of people, and I'm going to say this right now, for me, when I heard about the very controversial Coyote versus Acme movie, it kind of put that aside for a bit to enjoy this film, which was actually really nice. So, yeah, I want to see more movies like this one. This right here is a good movie, right here. And, animation studios, Disney, DreamWorks and whoever and stuff. Any animation studio that does movies like these or their old classics and decide to make them into something new, like, do that. And honestly, Warner Brothers, if you can make more movies like this, that would be awesome. I really actually enjoyed it, and it kind of reminded me of that too. If any of you have watched on Cartoon Network the Looney Tunes show, the animation style itself reminded me of that. And I actually really enjoyed that show. I don't know if I'm the only one. Let me know down below if you guys remember the Looney Tunes show. I thought it was really good. You know, it kind of was more so of it felt like an original show. Because, you know, you get, like, Scooby-Doo, for example. There's a lot of different Scooby-Doo shows and stuff out there, and some of them that hold a near and dear place in my heart, and then there's some that are just like, this is just a cash grab at this point. It's just a cash grab. But this was actually true and really nice to see. Seeing some very familiar character faces take on a whole brand new challenge in a very flashy way and just go all out in character was just 2 thumbs up for me. Guys, I know this was kind of a quick review, but it's Looney Tunes, and again, like I said, I'm not going to get into any more details because I want you guys to go see the film, because I think it's only out in theaters for a very limited time. As what I've seen, do not quote me, but I think this movie is only going to be out for a little bit. It's not going to be like an original release where it's going to be for a few months out or something like that. So go see it. If you haven't seen it yet, it is worth your while. Go into this movie, have expectations, but do not have the highest, or I will say you will disappoint yourself. But again, with it being a Looney Tunes movie, you have nothing to worry about. This movie does it well, and I just hope I see more like this. Because, to be honest, the animation industry may be changing, but is it changing for the best? I think this movie is a icon and a symbol, an example to show that CGI isn't always everything, and it's not always the solution. So, seeing that, and a good story too, a pretty decent story I should say, are 2 main things. You can't have one without the other. It's a example that I hope most of these animation studios and people that write up the scripts and the ideas can basically look at this and say, we need to do that, because that's what it's about. That's what the fans want. And, you know, what are your guys' thoughts if you have seen this movie? What did you like about it? Did you not care for it? I'm curious to hear down in the comments below. So make sure you guys go do that, and, you know, if you guys want to talk about Coyote versus Acne, I'm not going to hold anything, you know, up for grabs or anything, because I am just a fan of that, as pretty much everyone else is, and I am disappointed that there are some stuff going around with that. Maybe we'll see it happen one day. Who knows? And I will definitely do a review if that happens. So, be on the lookout, guys. Thank you all so much for watching this edition of the Dash Review, the day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie. If you guys are with the channel, make sure you leave a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. And if you are new to the channel, what are you doing? We have brand new uploads just like these coming out, so make sure you click that notifications bell, because that will be a key asset for new videos just like this. We got some game videos on the way, we got some craft videos, and some other new ideas that I'm going to throw out there in the future. So take care all, thank you for watching. As always, I gotta dash, stay 20% cooler, and this is Dashy101 saying that's all, folks. Take care. Bye!